broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey guys, welcome into another Good Wife After Show right here on AfterBuzz TV and AfterBuzzTV.com. We're talking Season 7, Episode 9, Discovery. Tonight, Sunday, December 6th, The Good Wife is off. We were off last week for Thanksgiving, so we're going to do the show 1 week late. A little quick recap for you guys just to get something up, but we'll be back. Everything will be normal next week. The Good Wife will be back. We'll be here and all that good stuff. If you haven't already, if you're watching this now, hit subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, all those places. You can comment on YouTube. We'll check those all week, every week. I'm Bobby. That's Alison.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Tara's out tonight. She'll be back next week too, I hope.
We can never get us together. Like, I don't understand. She's sick. She went out of town and caught a cold, so hey.
That's what they all say.
Hopefully we'll see her next week, and hopefully I can be there and you can be there. One big happy family, guys.
Finally, 10 episodes in. Let's talk Chum Hum today. Big episode, actually.
Yeah.
Last Sunday, this episode, big episode. It was not only Chum Hum, which is always interesting. It was Alicia versus Carrie and Diane, like
which
the first.
Was one of my predictions.
Exactly.
You predicted that too, right? I think we all predicted that.
We talked about it a couple weeks ago. Like, we were waiting for them to get in the courtroom. They got in the courtroom, kind of. They went through mediation, like depositions a little bit more. Alicia won.
By default.
Alicia won?
Alicia won by default. You know, Diane was winning at first until the last minute, and that whole case I definitely would have went in Diana's favor, because I think the whole Chum Hum thing was racist and was doing whatever they were doing. So
well, see, that's tough though, and it's interesting because was the racism, whether explicit or like inherent, was it done by Chum Hum, or is Chum Hum saying, hey man, that's our users and that ain't our problem, because the users are doing the reviews and all that stuff?
Like this is how I feel. If they weren't doing anything incorrect, then why were they covering up? So you notice they went back and was like, they covered up as far as putting the word in animal and covered up so they wouldn't show up again. So they was like backtracking their mistakes.
Well, animal was different. Animal was a bad mistake because it was obviously.
So that one, I took offense. I'm like, okay, well, she kind of looked like me, big hair, African American. And then I was like, why did you cover it up if it wasn't wrong or if it was a mistake? So at first I was biased. I was seeing where the case was going, but then when it went there, I was like, what are you guys hiding? So that kind of like took me like, okay, well, maybe they are racist. But then, you know, you go into their jokes, you step into their office and see how they live their life. They don't even know what it's like to be black. So, you know, they're at their work office, they didn't have any diversity. They're saying these little jokes. This is the world they live in. So they're there typing all this stuff up because this is what they know. So it was kind of like, I understand this. You guys never really lived or went to school or worked in a social environment where you understand the African American culture. So this is what you guys are going from what you lived. Okay, I understand that. But the whole covering it up, it kind of made me think, and I don't think Alicia was good at that case. She just won by default.
What do you think about Luca taking that case on Alicia's side? Because they being Monica, the other attorney, and Carrie didn't say it explicitly, but they kind of imply you're kind of a race traitor for this.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I still told you from day one, I don't know. I don't trust her now that she's about to be sleeping with Carrie. It's
Luca, you don't trust Luca.
Yeah, I don't trust Luca. So it's like, I can't put my finger on it yet, but it's about to come out soon. She just,
Mm-hmm.
So
more than just a party girl.
She's a good time. I saw a fun side of her because she was uptight for a while, you know, very professional, and just like at first I was like, she was so boring, like loosen up a little bit. So that party scene kind of made me like, oh, okay, she's fun. She actually like my type of music, my type of crowd. So she's a party girl, but she has a little trouble in her, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's in a good way or a bad way, but she's trouble. So it's a red flag for her.
Really?
Yeah. Red flag.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Do you think Alicia's going down a bad road the longer she works with Luca? Or is Luca an asset? Or maybe both?
Luca is actually an asset. Luca is helping her. And it's going to, it seems like, what is the old guy that called him in to do the case? What's his name again?
The investigator, Jason?
No, the guy she's working with who called him in to help her. You know.
Oh, Canning. I'm sorry.
Canning.
Michael J. Fox
Canning
is
is up into something because it seems like he's going to put them two against one another.
Oh, for sure. Canning is always up to something.
So it's like she's an asset. She's young, fresh, new ideas, and Alicia's old, and you know she's tired. So I feel like they're going to gun against each other. It's something about it. Like, oh, I have to call you in because you know Alicia works with you, so she has to come with you. So it's kind of like he's going to turn them against one another.
Canning was trying to wedge in between.
Yeah. And I feel like she won by default because if you notice, Alicia was like, you know, he's wrong. And Luca was like, well, he's paying our bills. And when the judge was like, this is wrong, you guys are going to pay this fine, I felt like at first Canning wanted that to happen to her. And then at the last minute, this thing came up, or maybe the Jason went and found like, you guys aren't going to lose this. Let me find something, and then brought the case up with the lady, you know, not having the money and the funds and all that. But I feel like, you know, he was doing that on purpose to ruin her name, you know.
I mean, I think you'd be dumb to trust Canning in any situation whatsoever. Luca doesn't know this yet, though.
Luca is very naive.
And she just doesn't know these attorneys. Like, she doesn't know Carrie, so who knows where that's going to go. Yeah. She doesn't know Canning, and Alicia can warn her, but a warning and the life experience of messing up are two different things.
But I don't even think Alicia warned her. I don't even think Alicia took the time to be a mentor, or this is someone you're working with. I don't even think she laid it down and was like, look, you don't mess with this territory. This is what's going on. This who doesn't get along. This is the drama. She was supposed to let her know up front. This is the beef we had. She was supposed to gossip and put everything on the table. So when something happens, she's not sitting there looking dumb, because when something does come in the future, I see it coming, Alicia can't really get too mad because she's going to be like, well, you never told me. I didn't know. So that's Alicia's fault. You're working with this young lady who's new, a new booty, you know what I'm saying, a freshman. She don't know what's going on, fresh meat, and they're going to attack her in any angles that they can. And Alicia's going to be mad, but it's like, you didn't even warn her, you know?
Is this better than Bond Court?
Of course. Bond Court was boring. I was falling asleep. I was yawning.
I love Bond Court.
I was like, what the heck is happening to Good Wife? Because this Bond Court got to go. So.
I'll tell you one value of Bond Court or anything like that over this. Now that the Good Wife has had their Alicia versus Diane, like the not the big face-off, there's going to be a bigger one.
It's going to be a bigger one.
But now that they've had one, you risk running repetitive every week. Alicia and Diane. Which side are they opposite now? Which side are they opposite now? At least with Bond Court, even if they don't do Alicia Diane, there's exponentially any number of new cases. They could do drugs, they could do violence, they could do domestic abuse, they could do whatever they want. Because just random people coming out of jail. Yeah. So that was my positive with Bond Court. It's like, hey, we can go a lot of different directions, and like we pick up Luca in it, and that's cool.
But it was still boring.
Oh, I loved it.
It was so much just energy in the room with all of them there. I was like, oh my God, like it's kind of like a reunion. We're all together, but they handled it so very professional. You know, they did it in a professional way. Like we were once friends, we were once a team, and we're fighting against each other. But afterwards, it's like, hey, let's go for a drink. You know, you won the case. Let's go celebrate. It was cute.
The guy who played was it Harmon, the maps person? The guy who played Feldman or Harmon, one of the two, is in Manhattan. Plays a guy named Fritz in Manhattan. He's a very good actor. So I was glad to see him on The Good Wife.
Okay.
Almost fell out of my seat.
You're a fan, I see.
He is. He's funny. He's a funny guy in Manhattan. Okay, let's talk. I was going to go somewhere and I totally lost my train of thought with you because we were talking about Bond Court and I got flustered.
You were going to say Jason?
Let's talk Jason.
Honey, that was the best time of the episode. I was literally sitting there like, and I'm just not going to get too explicit, but I was like, something got a little moist. That's all I'm going to say.
Like, it's the Good Wife After Dark.
Good Wife After Dark.
Wow.
Yo, it was one scene where it almost a few where he just was turning me on by the way he handled things.
Was it because he was so cool, like when he confronted Eli and stuff?
The way he checked Eli? Mm-hmm. Oh my God. I just was like, oh no, he didn't. Oh my God. You know, that was just amazing. And Eli does not like to be checked. First of all, Eli got put into place this episode, not only by Jason, but by Alicia too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that, and then I liked how, you know, when they were in the office and he was basically about to say, you know, if I want something, basically I'm going to get it. You know, that's where the conversation was going until Mona came in. Was it Mona?
Yeah, it was Mona.
Yeah. So that whole episode just turned me on. Like, I was Team Jason. I after the show went off, I was just like, wow, Like,
what do you make of the criminal record and the quote uncomfortable life he was talking about?
So
what's coming down the pike? Like, what's in his past?
So I want to know, because it's like I want to give him a hug. So whatever he went through, I want to be there for him. I don't know what happened, but it was kind of sad a little bit. He's like, I lived that, but I'm done. But it kind of made me think, now I'm about to get uncomfortable again and be this crazy man again because I met you. And now that you came in my life, you're bringing back old habits, or, you know what I'm saying? It's
Him to Alicia.
Yeah. So it was like, I was happy, but now that I met you and caught feelings, this little crazy side is coming out. And then you have this little Eli attacking me. And at the end, when he was like, look, this is your life, not my life, so you better handle it. Because he was basically saying, because if you don't get this under control, you don't want me to come after you. And that's going to be scary.
So did you take that as Jason? I mean, it was a threat in different degrees.
It was a threat.
But did you take it as, you better handle this because I'm not going to hang around. I'm not going to get involved with this. I'm not going to take part in it. Or a threat like, I'm going to harm you in some way.
I got
physical
it
or
as
otherwise.
a threat, like, you better handle it and keep this under control, because if it goes overboard and I have to step in and handle it myself and shut it down, then it's going to be an issue. You could see it in his eyes. You could see it. His acting was good in that, just bringing out that evilness, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like we all know he has a crazy side, and if it goes down to it, he can harm someone.
Is Eli scared?
Eli was a little like concerned, like, okay, I really don't know this guy. I can do as many background checks as I can, but something's kind of weird about this guy. I don't want to say Eli's has any fear, because Eli is very fearless, but it was like oh no, maybe I should step back.
I guess I just need to know what's in Jason's background. If Jason's background is in anything criminal that's white collar, that's related to politics or business or something, I don't think Eli's phased at all, because he's seen it all.
Yeah,
man. I mean,
that's why he was like, Alicia knows my history.
Yeah,
who cares? But the whole thing, that kind of made me like, ding ding. When were you guys working in business together? I mean, that kind of was like.
Well, here's my thing. If Jason's background is a blue collar criminal of some kind of actual like physical violence, like biker gang, like I don't know what the hell he would have. That's probably not it. But you know what I'm saying? If it's something physical or like, quote unquote, street violence versus corporate crime, Eli doesn't know how to handle that. Eli didn't have the same level of street smarts.
He's a prep. He's like a Yale guy.
Yeah.
So a Yale guy would not know how to handle someone from like Clark, Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Or Cleveland.
Or Cleveland, like me. So he needs to pump his brakes.
I think so, and I think
slow
Eli.
down.
I think just from ignorance, Eli would be intimidated about something like that. And if Jason, it turns out his past is like he embezzled money from some XYZ company, I think Eli's like, you know what? I can handle people like this.
But my question is, why was he researching Alicia?
That's the question. That's
and
the big question.
he tried to play it off, and I could see, because I feel like I know Jason now. I feel like that's my boo, and I know when you're lying or when you're hiding something. So I seen it in his expressions and his emotions that he was thinking quick on his feet when he was like, why are you researching Alicia? And he was like, oh, because we're working into business together, blah, blah, blah. But it kind of was like, why are you, investigating me? In her past, what do you want to know about Alicia's past? Unless he's like a secret spy and someone else is out there that's going against Peter's campaign, that's trying to bring something up. I have no clue, but that just rubbed me the wrong way. And I don't know if Alicia, because how the way they ended it, I don't know if Alicia was affected by it or turned on by it. I was kind of confused. Is she like, oh my God, he's like me, he's digging me? Or it was like.
So when she slams the door in Eli's face,
it was mixed emotions for me.
I have a couple options for you, and maybe it's something totally different. I agree with you. She could have been offended by Eli. She could have been turned on by Jason in that whole, because Eli didn't want it, so it's forbidden. She could have been offended specifically by Eli treating her like a kid or like a woman who has no power. And Alicia's like, you don't need to treat me like the housewife. I'm a lawyer. I'm capable. I know what the hell I'm doing. Don't baby me, Or Alicia has a nefarious motive herself with Peter's presidency. And that's way beyond the pale.
It was just some mixed emotions. I don't know what that ending was. They did a good job to not let us see if she started crying or what the case may be. But I did want to piggyback. She did say to Eli when he came to the house, when I have sex with him. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. 1 second.
Well, I took that to mean two ways.
When I have sex with him.
It could have been the obvious, or it could have been her assuming Eli was assuming the obvious. Being like, Eli, in your mind, we've already had sex, so let me just say it this way.
Or it could be basically, we all know she's attracted. They're both attracted to each other. So she's saying, I like him. I have feelings. And when it do happen, it's none of your business. Stay in your place. And I'm not even going to have a conversation with you about it because this is my life. Like, who are you to come to me? But when Peter was doing his stuff, you didn't even have these conversations with him, but you want to come to me. Like, mind your business.
Do you think this is the scene? Because we talked about this a couple weeks ago. I think it was with me and Tara. Maybe you were here, actually.
I don't know.
It was where The Good Wife might be running its course, and this might need to be its last season for a few different reasons. Do you think, whether it's its last season or not, do you think that 7 seasons of Alicia being the good, dutiful wife, standing by Peter, does she flip now?
It's called The Good Wife for a reason, but it started with the beginning. But when you read the book, it doesn't finish like the beginning. So it started off as The Good Wife, but it ends as the fun wife. You know what I'm saying? or it should still keep the title The Good Wife, because why? She lived her life. She's free. She's doing what she wants. She let go of all of that stuff Peter put her through. And now she really is the good wife, which is being who you are and being happy. She wasn't happy with that whole being the good wife to Peter. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
So now she's being a good wife to herself. There you have it. That is it right there. Oh, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I need to get paid for this.
I guess you don't like the pay AfterBuzz gives you.
I need to write the ending of The Good Wife. They need to put me on board, you know. I need to help them out.
I guess we will see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else significant from this. We'll see Chum Hum again. We'll probably see Monica again. We'll definitely see.
I want to see how the girl, she got a role now. That was her mother. Or was it a friend? I was confused.
Wait, which girl?
The business owner. The African-American girl who they were... What was her name?
Monica, the lawyer? Yeah.
No. The girl that tried to come in and get an internship.
Wasn't that Monica?
Is that her name?
Yeah.
She's not a lawyer.
The one who was with the business owner.
No, remember she came in and she was trying to get a job, and then she recorded them and put Diane in them, said they was being racist.
Yeah, that's Monica.
Okay, so the girl she brought the case to, that wasn't like a relative, that was actually...
I'm not sure how she found that case.
Okay, because I was trying to concern, like, is she trying to help her mama? I was kind of.
I don't think they were. I didn't get the feeling they were related, but.
But I'm like, okay, so she showed them that can work well. Are they going to work together now? Because that was kind of weird.
Carrie doesn't like her.
He doesn't like her, but he knows that she's good. I think by them being in the room and seeing them together was like, okay, you know what you're doing. Okay, you proved your point.
Yeah.
But I still don't like you. I still like what? Snippy, Skippy.
Biff and
Skippy.
Biff Tannen from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's go to predictions.
Already?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
You got anything good?
Well, besides predicting that me and you are going to have our little party scene like Luca did with Carrie afterwards.
I don't dance.
Okay. Well, he doesn't in it either. And he said, screw it, you know. Once you see me on that dance floor, you're going to like, shit,
it's
why not?
You got to win a court case or something for me to do that.
I predict Bobby's going to give me a kiss after the show. Anyways, my predictions. I love throwing him off. Look at him. He's turning red, guys. My prediction.
Well, that'll do it this week on AfterBuzz.
My prediction definitely will go with Jason, and I keep saying this. Jason is Alicia. Something's gonna hit off.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what?
That's. It's either gonna be left or right. It's either gonna be fire or it's gonna be water. Is that what it is?
Which one's the good one?
You know what? I think both is good in its own way, but something's about to happen with them. It's about to be a shift. It's either going to be more of an emotion or love or sexual intimacy, or it's going to be, what the F? I need to know what the F is going on. Why are you researching me? And it's going to dig deep in his past, and she's going to find out some crazy stuff. So that's going to shift next. I feel that's coming up. Definitely feel like Luca's going to get herself in some trouble. Mm-hmm. And I think her and Alicia are going to get in an argument, see a difference, part ways. But her messing with Carrie is not a good look.
Really?
Yeah. It might benefit her. He might want to bring her in and have diversity. But either way, it's just look bad. Like, why are you doing that behind my back? I feel like she's betraying. At least tell Alicia, like, we went out, or I think I like him, because it just doesn't look like she's a loyal person.
Yeah. And the other problem is we've kind of hypothesized that Carrie, who's been light on storylines this year, might come to Alicia and they can work together again. If Carrie and Luca start dating or whatever, I know he's done it before with Kalinda, but that would make it tough for Alicia to bring Carrie in, knowing that they're an item or an interest or whatever it is. Alicia's probably going to back away from that. So.
And then this presidency, I just had one question. I didn't know if Eli was messing with that lady.
With Ruth?
Yeah.
About what?
Are they messing around?
No.
You know.
Or Courtney.
The one who signed the check.
Yeah, Courtney, absolutely. They kissed the other week. You remember that? Yeah.
So I was thrown away. I was like...
It's a little weird.
So they're bumping and grinding.
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
But something's going on. They kissed the other, last week or whatever. I don't like that relationship at all.
It was super weird. I was not expecting Eli to pull something like that, but she's a bad one.
I don't like it. I mean, I'm fine with her, but I don't like the Vanessa Williams is great. The character's fine.
They don't fit,
but they don't fit at all.
But that's what makes it awkward. That's what makes it awkward. As far as this presidency, I do not think Peter's going to win.
Oh, of course not.
So
yeah,
it's a waste of time.
It's just a question of what brings him down. Does Peter bring him down because Peter has so many damn scandals?
Or
and
does
skeletons?
Alicia bring him down because she's a good wife? Hello.
Exactly.
Dang. I need to be a writer on this show.
Next Sunday, we'll do that. Normal next Sunday, you're here, I'm here. Hopefully Tara is here.
Yeah, she will be. What is your prediction?
We hope. Carrie and Luca. Something's going to go too far with Carrie and Luca. We need to see more of Carrie. Carrie's not going to just walk over to Alicia's office because he's got it good. I would love to see him eventually get back with her, but that's a long play. Work with her, not get with her. But in the meantime, to increase Carrie's storyline, I think we see him and Luca, whether it is above board, they're together in some way, or whether it's behind Alicia's back. Something's coming with Carrie and Luca.
I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Are you team Jason and team Alicia?
Together?
Or happily ever after?
Incomplete. I need to know more about Jason. I like Jason, not as much as you, but I like Jason. But I need to know more about him. And obviously, Alicia's got that whole still married to a guy who's running for president.
But you like him better than Peter. You see that she's actually happier. She's a different person around.
This is sacrilegious, but I kind of like Peter.
Wow, you're a badass. I thought you would go for Jason.
Well, he's Mr. Big in Sex and the City.
Okay.
And he was what's his name in Law and Order. I got Chris Noth. When I see him, you just you like the guy. Okay,
so Bobby's team Jason, but you do like the idea of him and Alicia kicking it off.
I want to see what would happen, and I want to know more about Jason's background. If they draw out his Alicia investigation, that's cool. Maybe he's got a ton of different motives, but I want to at least know what is in his past, what's his criminal record, what he did. I got to know more about that. Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
like Alicia should if she was going to date him or do whatever.
Yeah.
You wouldn't date somebody without Googling them, right?
Oh, I'm nosy. I Google, I research,
you chum
I call,
hum, you do
I
everything.
ask friends, exes, what's going on? I do interviews.
It's like getting a job. All right, that's it this week. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. Where can they find you?
As always, guys, you can find me at That's a Law, THATSALAW. And Bobby, where can they find you?
Twitter at Bobby DeMuro, Instagram at Mr. Bobby DeMuro. I don't post there very often.
You should start.
Yeah, right. That's it. We'll be back next Sunday, 8 p.m. Pacific, usual time. Hopefully with 3 of us. That's it for the Good Wife After Show this week on AfterBuzz TV. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.